All right, then, folks, on to the next bout of the evening. And again, another of our international contests. So making their way to the ring in the red corner, put your hands together for Alan Laing.
I'm built for it, nigga.
Yo, straight, check me out, nigga. Sorta like Malcolm at the Autobahn. They coming for me, my time is money, no Audemars. See, bar for bar, I keep it pushing, no R&R. No foreign bras and no promotion for foreign cars. The game is ours, let's keep it funky, who said he was? Like Staten Island, Italians bleed spaghetti sauce. If y'all ain't shaking with stagging, then y'all already lost. Already crossed them like Christ, I'm ready for them. Plus anybody that say no, I'm taking numbers, I'm taking names.
And his opponent in this contest making their way to the ring in the blue corner. Let's hear it for Dax Hayden.
But a slow blowing dream that your fear seems to hide deep inside your mind. All alone I have cried silent tears full of pride in a world made of steel.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is a 66 kilogram amateur K1 bout scheduled for 3 2-minute rounds and sponsored by Beyond Distribution. Introducing first your fighter in the red corner. Representing Northern Free Fighters and Scotland, let's hear it for Alan Laing. And his opponent in this international bout, facing across the ring in the blue corner. Fighting out of Newcastle Fighters and representing England, let's hear it for Dax Hayden. Again, this is an amateur K1 bout scheduled for 3 2-minute rounds.
Okay, here we go. Newcastle's own Dax Hayden against Scotsman Alan Laing.
Here we go, our next bout.
Little slip from Laing. The Newcastle Fighters corner calling for high and low shots going to head and body. Dax Hayden responds, doing just that. Good low kick from Laing.
There we go. Dax Hayden's corner from Newcastle Fighters. Just looking there, asking the man to double jab, but then we have Laing just sort of come in there with the uppercut, sort of catch his man.
Laing changing stances all the time, stepping through, shifting with his shots. It's really hard to pin a guy like that down.
Laing looking to Laing.
He's changing constantly, southpaw to orthodox.
He's very swift at sort of moving, isn't he? Changing stance. How difficult was that, Peter?
it can be so frustrating. Just trying to figure out where you want to throw to as the person's changing all the time. The danger is, though, you can wind up confusing yourself as much as you confuse the opponent.
Yeah, I was going to ask that. Do you think that's more of an advantage or a disadvantage?
It really depends, but there's always
Oh! That's a fantastic shot
Did
from
the
Laing there.
conceal come out? Or was that just sweat flying?
It could be, Peter. It was a big old shot. Just tighten up the
I
head
think that
guard
was
there.
just sweat from the hair flying
Hayden.
back.
Oh, here we go.
The headgear come loose.
The referee just sort of getting mixed up there with the corners.
I'm sure the opponent's corner would have obliged. It's maybe done a little bit of a favour there for Dax, because that was a big punch. Give him a little moment to compose himself.
Absolutely. But Laing did land a few good shots there. Looked like he hurt his man there just quickly. That's a fantastic calf kick to open things back up. Whee. There we go. The end of round one. Fantastic action from both men there. But in my eyes, I think Adam Laing just doing the better work.
Well, Laing really got some
shots.
respect with that big punch. Well, he was very aggressive as he was coming forward, changing, walking through his stances. And that big shot there, you could see there just at the end of the round, Dax Hayden was just edging back, giving up a little bit of ground. He really did get some respect with that punch.
Both corners instructing their man.
Seconds out, round number 2.
Adam Laing corner just looking more speaking direct to him. We've got the Newcastle Fighters corner using the precise instructions, and here we go for round 2. Adam Laing opens up with a spinning back kick to the body there.
It's Dax Hayden's background in boxing. He just holds his stance quite long.
Not that I know of, unfortunately, Peter. I wish I had the oh, he's just getting trapped in the corner there, is Dax.
The onslaught from Laing
Yes,
there,
that was fantastic work there from Laing.
causing Hayden to stumble out of the corner.
Dax there, when he's throwing his shots, he's just sort of putting his head down and just sort of...
That's what perhaps made me think that he was a boxer, that he's dipping in with those shots.
There we go. Corner of Dax just said no free shots. Alan obliges and lands them shots. Alan is quite big compared to Dax.
Lang's looking really comfortable now.
Oh, that was a fantastic right high kick and a right hand to follow it. Laing putting some fantastic work here in round number 2 at the Walker Activity Dome.
Well, Laing looks really comfortable now.
Yes.
He knows he's in command here. Dax just looking a little bit flustered, not sure how to get going.
Oh.
Well, that's the flip side of that, the big
There we
commitment
go.
that he makes with the front kick.
The corner of Dax Hayden just saying stay in the centre and stay there. I can't repeat one of the words that he said there, obviously. He said stay in that centre and just keep it there, but just getting pushed up against the cage. Alan doing a fantastic job, just pushing the man up against the corner
throw.
there.
That
Big
uppercut
shot.
landed sweet.
There we go, exhausted is Dax, taking deep breaths in the corner, getting the count. There we go, the corner of Dax just saying hands up. Is he going to be ready? He's going to come back out here. Alan Lang's, the end of round 2 there.
That was timely for Dax.
Yes. Now, if you're in the corner of Dax here, kind of looks depleted, exhausted, just suffered a knockdown there. What's the words? What's the wise wisdom words that you have, Peter, that you say to him?
Well, you have to assess how hurt is he and how much is he just flustered, how much of it's exhaustion. If he's really been rocked, there's not a great deal that you can do about it. You just got to give him the fireman speech. Just try to inspire a big effort, a big push. But technically, tactically, he just can't afford to give up that ground anymore. Once Laing got his respect, he was able to force him back, push him up against the ropes, and then he's able to have his way with it. He really does need to do precisely what Connor was telling him to do there in the second round, where he needs to hold his feet in the center and throw down, bite down on his
Seconds out for the third and final round.
Absolutely. Adam Laing did say to us that he was predicting a high-paced action, and that's exactly what he's delivered here.
Laing looking composed, he's just picking his shots.
Yes. Round 3 here underway at the Walker Activity Dome, live on Notorious TV, the home show back in a big way.
I think Dax has got to get a kick on the end of that. When Lang's pulling away from the punch, look, it's hard to take your head away and get your legs out at the same time.
A lot of pressure here and a lot of output comes from Laing, but then that was great from Dax. Sort of just threw back there, not let him settled.
Laing just looks really comfortable coming forward or giving up ground.
Dax did predict a scrap as we have a pause here.
Is that a cut or is that just the nose?
It looks like the nose. The medic's just getting called in there just to look at Dax Hayden. Yeah, looks like the nose just leaking a little bit there.
If it's just blood from the nose, I'm not sure why they're bringing the medic in for that. That's normally reserved for a cut.
Should be all right then.
I would say so. I would say that's safe to let go. Unless the nose is broken. That could be perhaps what they're trying to assess here.
A breather though. A breather for Dax. They're trying to compose himself and get his wits about him.
That was probably to his favour.
And there we go. And that he throws right on call.
Now Hayden really has to fight with a sense of urgency here. He's got a lot of ground to make up and not a lot of time to do it in.
That's a fantastic walk in there with the knee. And Laing doing a fantastic job of just picking his shots at range and also coming in as well and landing them shots in close.
He's doing a really good job of spanning the ranges. He's starting long, walking all the way in, pulling out, making the counter punch miss.
Oh, we're going to have another look at that nose, I believe.
I'm not really sure what's going on here. You can't work on cuts in the middle of a round. Or you can't work on stem and bleeding in the middle of the round. All the medic should do is say, can the fight continue or not?
We've got Adam Laing in the corner there, just sticking his tongue out there to his supporters over there in the corner. We're okay to continue. Dax again, just getting another breather. But so is Laing, and there he lands there with a body kick. Dax Hayden just sort of putting his head down, looking to throw his shots. The right hand there sticks and lands. Just getting his leg caught there. 10 seconds to go in this round number 3. Oh, some great action here by Dax Hayden. Looking to land these shots. Hooks to the body, going upstairs, swinging
Brilliant.
wild. Wow.
Brilliant effort from Dax there for a strong finish. But unfortunately, too little too late.
Yeah, it looks like it's not going to go his way, but if you're a coach, it's probably what you want to see though at the end there.
Yeah,
just a little bit of fight.
That was the attitude. That was the attitude. He didn't cave in. He wasn't allowing himself to be overwhelmed. But Alan Laing really put on a show there. He controlled the distance, got some respect early on, and just really dictated where and when the fight took place.
Yeah, good work from both men. And Laing training out the Northern Free Fighters in Eyemouth. K1, he's 2-0.
Tremendously well conditioned man. Barely looks like he's breathing hard.
Both men there just having a little bit of talking to.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for both our fighters. After 3 rounds, we go to the judges to declare your winner. In the red corner, Alan Laing. And that's you for our Dax Hayden.
Alan Laing picks up the victory. Just looked more composed, picked the better shots, but Dax put on a fantastic fight and showed some heart there at the end of round 3.
Watch, stream, live. Notorious TV.